what could the big donors want? Well, they could want lower taxes. We've talked about this in the past. They give a lot to Republicans. They give a decent amount to Democrats too, of course. For example, the banks want less regulation, so they grease the right Democratic politicians like Chuck Schumer, and they buy the entire Republican Party, and it's a pretty good strategy. It works well for them. Sometimes they want to pollute more. Less regulation allows them to pollute more, make more money. Some people get sick. That's their problem, not the Koch brothers' problem or any of these other corporations, right? But there is something else that they want. Some of them want to get out of jail free card. It turns out that some of the biggest donors to the Republican Party, to Mitt Romney and his PAC, are people who are facing the charges under the Corrupt Foreign Practices Act. You remember Walmart got into a huge problem. There was this enormous story in the New York Times about how they were bribing Mexican officials. So now that investigation is still ongoing, and that would be a violation of the Corrupt Foreign Practices Act, and their executives would be in a lot of trouble. Well, look at this, just a wild coincidence. It turns out Jim and Alice Walton, who are the children of the founder of Walmart, and Jim Walton is still on the board, have given $200,000 to Restore Our Future, which is Mitt Romney's PAC. Well, Sheldon Adelson, he's facing the possible charges on the same law based on his dealings in Macau, China. Well, he's given $107.5 million to the Republicans. Charles and David Koch facing similar issues for what they did in Europe, giving possible bribes to Africa, India, and the Middle East. That was their European subsidiary did that. They have given over $100 million personally. They're trying to raise $400 million to give to Mitt Romney and the Republicans so they could win the election. Meg Whitman, who is running Hewlett-Packard, and her husband have given $200,000 to a pro-Romney super PAC, and they're under investigation for alleged payments from former employees to a German subsidiary so that they could expand into Russia. And then, of course, you have the Chamber of Commerce, who represents all the multinational corporations, a lot of whom are facing the same exact charges, and they have also given a tremendous amount of money to the Republicans as well. In fact, $50 million and counting at this point. And the count goes on and on and on. So isn't this lovely? Not only can you buy our politicians, not only can you buy our democracy, you can buy our government, you can buy your way out of jail. You think that a Republican president, whether it was going to be Newt Gingrich or in this case now Mitt Romney, is going to turn around after Adelson just gave him personally $10 million for his campaign and is saying he might give him another $71 million. You think he's going to turn around and throw Sheldon Adelson in jail? If you think that, you are the world's biggest sucker. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to look forward. They're not going to look backward. No. All of a sudden, Walmart has less problems. Adelson's problems all go away. You think the Koch subsidiary is going to have an issue? Oh, come on, get real. They're doing a fundraiser all together over the weekend in Utah that we just told you about. You think these guys are going to then put each other in jail? Of course not. So why are they buying the government? One, because it's a great investment, and Adelson will make so much more based on the lower taxes that Romney's suggesting. Romney wants to lower the top tax rate by 20%. That would save Adelson billions of dollars. Now, if you were Adelson and you were possibly facing these federal crime charges, and you would save billions of dollars if a Republican won, wouldn't you give $100 million to the Republicans? Of course you would, because our government is for sale. Going to the highest bidder. And we know who the highest bidder is, Adelson. If he made some of that money because he bribed officials in China, who cares? You just buy our government afterwards. You bribe our officials, officially. You know, it's not illegal. In our system, it's legal. You just give them the money and then you go, oh, we happen to agree on the policies. And then everybody gets away scot-free. The real Corrupt Practices Act is happening legally here in the United States of America.